our people are strung out on drugs, it's because we failed to keep God's commandments that he commanded the Israelites to keep. Let me get Colossians 3:17.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17.
Read it out.
And whatsoever ye do, in word or deed, do all in the name of the Honored One, YASHARAHLA, giving thanks to God and the Father by him.
Right, so everything we do, we prove it by the words of the Most High, by the words of Hamashiach Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And we give thanks to the Most High for this truth. Let me get Jeremiah 9:16. Because we have to see what's the result of us not keeping God's commandments. What's the result of us not obeying the words of the Most High God? The things he told us to do. It's not hard to keep God's laws. The problem is we're so stuck in our pride, we're so stuck in our ego that we want to do what we want to do. Right. We can't take correction. We don't have discipline. And what's the result of that? Go ahead, read that.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 9, verse 16.
Read it out.
I will scatter them also among the heathen.
What did the Most High do to the children of Israel?
I will scatter them also among the heathen.
The Most High scattered the children of Israel, you so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, amongst the heathen, amongst the non-Israelites, amongst the so-called white man, the Arab man, right? Ain't that true, sis?
Check us out.
That we amongst the heathen? Right.
Yeah, that's the one that
was last week.
Yeah.
Oh, she was trying to fight us.
Yeah.
She got okay. Read that from the top.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 9, verse 16. I will scatter them also among the heathen.
Right.
Whom neither they nor their fathers have known.
Right. We are originally from the land of Israel. We're not indigenous to this land. The so-called black, the so-called African-American man came off of slave ships and came to and was brought here to America to be slaves. Was sold as slaves. We read about that in the Bible, that the Israelites supposed to go into slavery through slave ships. Let me get that. Deuteronomy 28. Right? The Christian pastor is not teaching the history that happened to the Israelites and lining it up with what happened to us as a people here in America. When it's right there in the Bible. Go ahead, read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 68.
Read it out!
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
Did you hear that? It said that we will be brought into Egypt again, meaning slavery, in ships. It said Egypt. She got an unk on her arm. Probably don't even know what it means, not knowing that the people that she has tatted on her put her ancestors in slavery.
Right.
That makes no sense.
Bring it out, Doc.
It's a problem with the education that was the responsibility of our elders, of our pastors. They wasn't teaching us that we're Israelites, according to the Bible. They didn't teach us that slavery was biblical prophecy. If you have something to say, sister, you can come up and we can have a friendly dialogue. Right? Because we come out here to teach our people. We don't come out here to bring our people down. But if you come if you come with your head hard towards us, our head's gonna be hard towards you. That's right. As simple as that. And let me get Isaiah 48:1. Let me get Isaiah 48:1. Because the problem with our people, these Christian pastors. Man,
you can give a round of applause, man.
Let me tell you why they talk about Jesus. It's the Jesus in us that cries. It ain't about no Jesus Christ, the Mexican, half black, try to act like us and he wasn't. They asked him to do all kinds of stuff, being short straight. That's why they crossed him out. That's why you get crisscrossed, crossed out. Crosswalk, crossed out. I hate crosstalk. Who that chap sitting in the wind? That's just a book, a riddle. It's stories. We don't lie no more. We just tell stories.
So let me ask you something. You say Jesus mean we cry for the G's in us, right?
In us.
The G's in us?
The G's in us. The girls, the gangsters.
The gangsters, right?
The gladiators. The gangsters, the Gerbers, the girls, the gentlemen.
So why are we crying? Why we got to cry for them?
That's what y'all doing, right? That's what you're doing, right?
Well,
now, you're crying out.
we're crying out, but
All
you
right,
saying
so
we
why would you
no,
ask me
but
why
that's two different cries. You talking about you crying
Right.
because of
Like
their
y'all
life, their
worship
lives
two
was
different
taken,
cries.
they're not alive today, right? That's what you're saying?
I'm saying.
The sorrow, right? The sorrow of
That's my
what
twin
we're
sister's
going
name.
through, right?
That's my
Let me get
twin
that.
sister's
Let me show
name.
let me show you something in the
That's
Bible.
it.
Hold on. I heard you. I get your point, brother. All right, go ahead.
Thank you for giving me information.
No problem.
So I'm saying, back in the sun, something been in before. I apologize. When I was young, I said, why me? Years later, I said, why not me? I'm out here. Yeah, I sent my one, forgotten son, to lead the wild to the ways of the right skin. Y'all out here with people. I don't want to hear no more hatred. Or you don't sound no different than the white man. In the end, you know who wins? The meek.
Long time no see. How you been?
Chill, dog.
Direction of the path tonight. Go do that. My dad's a pastor.
Turn up.
My dad's a pastor. My dad is a pastor. He's a white KKK man. And he sets up just like this. And he's that same flawless.
You know what? I got my kid, man. We're going to the beach, man.
Let me show you something, brother. Let me show you something.
La playa. The man.
Turn up.
See that? He broke the racial barrier. We can't save everybody.
Proverbs 21, man.
Turn up.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 1.
I love
Pride is a mocker. Strong drink is raging.
Right?
And whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise.
So, brother, if you're speaking
So who
under
wrote
the
that?
influence,
Who wrote that? I
if
ain't
you're
know
speaking under the influence
I'm
of
finna go
alcohol,
get-
brother,
I'm finna go
you're
get
not in your
alcohol
right
now.
mind to receive His word.
So I'm
You're
gonna
not
get
in.
alcohol now.
Say it again.
I'm gonna get alcohol now. It said drink responsibly. Yeah, you convicted and converted me already.
Let me what's going on, sir? How you doing?
It said,
You know what we're teaching out here?
all these brothers are better than that.
You might be.
Oh,
Might
yeah,
be.
yeah. Better than
So we're teaching our people
that.
that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that you see out here, that we actually descend from the Bible. That we're the Israelites.
That's right.
The people that's in Israel that you see with the yarmulke and the two curls going down their face, they're going through the biggest case of identity theft on the off the place of the face of the planet, right? They have stolen the true identity of the Israelites, which is us.
Right.
And we come out to teach our people because the reason why our people is in this condition in the first place is because, one, we don't know who we are, and two, we don't know that we have to obey law, statutes, and commandments that was given to us by our God. And your nation of people, matter of fact, what's the nationality of your father? What's your nationality?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure.
Not 100% sure. You didn't grow up with him, man.
No, I grew up with him, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
What about your mother?
Her, I'm not 100% sure either. I'm some type of Native American, Eastern European.
Eastern European on whose side?
Eastern
Your father
European.
or your mother?
I believe father's side.
Your father's side
Yeah,
is
if I'm
Eastern
not
European?
mistaken, yeah.
Okay,
Might be
so-
father or mother. I'm pretty sure mother is Eastern European and Native American, and father is some type of Italian and something else.
Now,
Not 100% sure.
Now,
Argentinian.
all right, so I'll give the benefit of the doubt because you're not 100% sure, but I'm gonna give you the judgment that's supposed to happen to the East Europeans if you find out that your father is in fact an Eastern European. That means you descend from your father, which means you descend from the Edomites, according to the Bible.
That's right.
According to the Bible, the so-called white man descend from the Edomites.
That's right.
It's like the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we descend from the Israelites.
Right.
There's nations that are in this book that are alive today. We just hold different names, right? So let me show you the judgment that's supposed to happen.
So I said it's still
You know what I want?
Oh, 14 and 21.
14 and 21.
I got you.
Yeah, let's get that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, and verse 21.
Bring it out!
Prepare slaughter.
What?
Prepare slaughter.
Right?
For his children.
Uh-huh.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
So your fathers, great-grandfathers had a hand in the enslavement of the Israelites. Brought them from Africa to America and the other countries in the Caribbean, right, in the South Americas as well, to Central South America, and had them in slavery, right? Now, the scriptures say, prepare slaughter for the iniquities of their fathers, which your forefathers possibly did, possibly their forefathers had a hand in the slaughtering of the Israelites when we came over here. So now it's telling us, now it's telling you, well, possibly you, which would be a heathen, an Edomite, prepare slaughter, meaning the same atrocities that the Eastern Europeans committed to the Israelites has to happen to the Eastern Europeans. The same way y'all hung us on trees, the same way y'all killed babies, y'all killed women, the same thing has to happen to your people, right? Because the Most High is a just God. That's right. Right. Let me get that in Limitations too. Right. Now, if you don't know if you're
Go ahead.
Well, if you don't know if you're Eastern European or not, you can let your other counterparts, right, who know who they are, who know that they're in fact European, you can let them know these scriptures are for them and they need to prepare for slaughter. They also need to prepare for slavery because that's in the Bible too.
That's right.
Let me get that Lamentation. Let me get Isaiah 14:1. So Lamentations, first, 2 Thessalonians, 1-6. Right? Because this Bible, it has prophecy of what's supposed to happen to the different nations that's here on this earth. Right? We read about curses that happen to the so-called black man, the so-called Hispanic man, that only happened to us. Right? So the same way these things happen to us and was prophesied before it happened, the same thing has to happen to the other nations, the heathen, the East Europeans. Y'all have to fulfill prophecy as well. Go ahead, Richard.
The book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 6. Sing, it is a righteous thing.
It is a what?
It is a righteous thing.
It is a righteous thing. It's a good thing. Don't you believe when in the justice system, when justice is found, that's a good thing? Don't you feel like that? When you see, when justice is found, when someone goes to trial for murder and they get found guilty, isn't that a good thing? Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's got nothing to do with me.
But
I try not to think about like passing judgment. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm completely
passing judgment. You're
saying do I get happy about that?
I'm asking you. Do you think no? I'm not asking do you get happy about it. I'm asking you, is that a good thing that someone who's a murderer will actually be guilty in the court of law? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean that's too much of a touchy subject. I'm still stuck on.
It could be a good thing that they get off, that they don't be found guilty. Is that what you're saying? You just don't know if it's a good thing or not.
I'm saying, to me, it's. I don't really give it that much thought. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay, so are you familiar with the history of the European and what they did to so-called blacks here in this country?
Hold on. Eastern Europeans had castles, right? They had slaves, they had chambers, and they were enslaved in their own, right?
What the question is? The question was, are you aware of what the Eastern Europeans did to the so-called blacks here in this country? How they brought them on slave ships and brought them over here to America. Are you familiar with that history at all?
About how it initially happened, or who the leaders of it were?
It's the transatlantic slave trade.
No, I understand a little bit about it. I skipped a lot of school, so
you skipped a lot of school?
Yeah, I'm not really well educated on it like that.
So every year you was in school when it was Black History Month for a whole month, you just never at school and never heard about slavery, none of that?
No, I mean of course I learned about slavery and stuff like that, but
Let's read that.
2 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 6.
Bring it out.
Sing, it is a righteous thing.
It is a righteous thing. It is a good thing, read.
With God to recompense tribulation.
To do what?
To recompense tribulation.
To recompense tribulation, right, read.
To them that trouble you.
Right, it's a righteous thing for the people who trouble us, the Israelites, for there to be a recompense for that, for there to be a judgment for that, right? Because it wouldn't be fair if we just get judged and that's it.
Yeah.
Everyone should get judged, right?
I totally agree.
Okay, let me get 14.
I classify myself as African American or American African or some form of Native
You say you
American.
classify yourself as what?
That's what I classify myself as. Some type of African American or American African or some type of Native American.
Based on what?
What do you mean?
Based on how do you base that that conclusion? Where do you base that conclusion off of? Based on your nationality? Because you just said you don't know who your father is, so there's no way you can know that you're African American based on your father.
Right.
So it has to. So the way that this country classifies nationality, like you said, is based on skin color. So if I fill out an application, it would be an error if I circled white. Because when they look at me, they're gonna see a black man.
Right.
They're gonna see black/African American. Right. So I don't know how you can fill out black African American when you're not black.
I mean that's, I don't know. That's
Right. It's because
it's verbiage that's up to them. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. And they use this verbiage to manipulate our people as to us thinking that we're black, we're a color, that we're African American, we're two countries, that you're white, you're not the same color as this sign. In reality, you and based on your spirit, right? Yeah. I'm gonna say that you're in fact an Edomite.
That's right.
Right. That you're a child of Esau, and that you have to prepare for slaughter of your people. You need to be prepared for the slaughtering of your people for what your people did to my people.
That's right.
Right. What you got? I got Isaiah
1. The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, and verse 1.
Read it out.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel.
And will yet choose who?
And will yet choose Israel.
Right. He will choose the Israelites. He will have mercy on us. Right. Read.
And set them in their own land.
Right.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
And the who?
And the strangers shall be joined with
The
them.
strangers, the heathens, the other nations, right? Which you descend from, right? Read.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Right.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
For what?
For servants and handmaids.
Weren't we servants and handmaids to the so-called white man here in this country? Or do you not remember that history?
Preach. Bring it out. Preach.
I mean, in history, I believe that's the way that it's taught. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't know. I'm lost. I'd rather politic on the side of it. You know what I mean?
So you don't believe it happened? That's what you're saying? It
No.
possibly didn't happen.
No, no.
Because you don't know, basically, it couldn't have happened. That's what you're saying.
No.
Go ahead, continue.
Yeah.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
Read that part again.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
Our people, my people, was captives to your people. So, according to the Bible, you have to now be captives to us. Now you have to be, how much I say that? We have to take y'all as captives, right? Your nation as captives, because we were captives to you guys, right? To your nation of people, right? Now, you was about to bring out how East Europe built castles and all. It sounds like you know something. But I find it ingenuous that you don't know about the history of slavery in this country.
Right.
There's no way you know about all of that, all of that, but you don't know nothing about the country that you're living in, the history of the country that you're living in. That's how I know it's ingenuine what you're saying. You know what happened to us, and you know there's a judgment that needs to come for what your people has put us through.
That's right.
That's right. And we just read that's righteous according to God for y'all to receive that judgment. Because the Most High God is a just God.